Good morning, welcome to a new day. This is our park up today. We've got a woodland view for a change. So yeah, we've just woken up. Well, not just. Merlin's had his walk. I've replied to some comments on YouTube from the last video. And now we're about to have breakfast. And mine is consisting, because I always forget to show you the food that we're eating. My breakfast is a Philadelphia and cucumber sandwich. And Chris is getting cornflakes, having cornflakes, so there we are. And Merlin is having, what are you having for breakfast, Merlin? Are you going to have my crusts? Are you going to have my crusts? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, very nice peaceful spot, if slightly spooky. The owls were very noisy last night. I don't know if I showed you the picture I painted yesterday, as we were in quite a hurry in the end because they were kicking us out at...
Oh yeah, I might not have seen the last one.
No. Oh, I was talking to the camera. Okay, what was I saying? That was funny. He rarely thinks I'm talking to him, he always thinks I'm talking to myself, so that was quite even more amusing. Yeah, because they were kicking us out the car park at 4. So yeah, that's the one I did very, very quickly with a grey, rainy beach. I sort of made it a little bit more colourful than it really was, but yeah, quite like that one. Well, before we get going on our day, I'm just going to pick up some rubbish outside. We pulled up in the dark last night and didn't realise we pulled up next to some McDonald's rubbish, tissues. We're just going to pick that up before we go, partly so that all the dog walkers that park here don't think it was us. Mainly, of course, to leave the countryside in a better state than when we found it. It was such a lovely spot here. I can't believe people leave rubbish around. It's really unnecessary. So yeah, we're going to tie that up, probably leave it in the boot and take it home with us. I'm not polishing my halo over this, by the way. I'm just mentioning it because I think people do have a wrong opinion on wild camping, on wild campers, but I'm certainly not the only one that would do this. You know, I know the ladies at Camper Vibes do this, and quite a lot of people jump out their cars or the vans and pick up the rubbish that others have left behind. So yeah, just mentioning it. Well, we've come to Godolphin, a National Trust house. I don't think the house is open today, but there's some nice autumn gardens. So we've been here before. You might remember I was wearing a red dress and prancing about while Chris was taking photos for Threads of a Fairy Tale. This time we might be doing some photos for sources for my art, which is a different type of picture, isn't it? We're talking about all the different types of pictures that we've done and how different they are. You know, blogging pictures, you're showing the clothes and the details of people to potentially want to buy them. And then we've done fashion photos for Threads of a Fairy Tale. Oh, this is a lovely gate. The summer house experience going on. We wondered why it was so busy. The car park was full because the house isn't normally open, it's a holiday home. But we did manage to time it right, didn't we, before we could have a quick look around. Yeah, anyway, I was saying the fashion photos again are a little bit different. You get the photos for the listings and then you get the photos for Instagram, which is different again. And now we're thinking of it, imagining the pictures as a future painting, which is kind of different again. So yeah, that might be what we're doing Today I'm not in a particularly fairy tale-y dress, but I think it's good enough. We had lots of debates in the car park over whether we it's just starting to rain.
Yeah.
We've left our, well, Chris hasn't even got a coat. We've decided to leave our stuff in our umbrella, Mac's shirts. We left it all in the van because we didn't want to carry it. Now it's just started to rain, we're not even there yet. It'll pass, won't it?
Yeah.
We'll be fine. It is weird that our house dates from the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if you've seen my vlogs before and you've heard this already, but this is Godolphin House, and this is where Elizabeth lived in the original 1970s Poldark. So you saw Geoffrey Charles riding his hobby horse just there. We saw Captain Poldark hide behind that wall. I think you see him at the gates there too, riding his horse. So it's a quite impressive house as it is, but this was once the biggest house in Cornwall, and it went all over, well you can't see it, but behind that wall there's a whole other section like the same size again, and they just didn't bother keeping it up, and so it just fell into ruined farm buildings, and then they demolished it and used the stone elsewhere. So I've just walked through the big main arch door, the other side. There's a courtyard in there. I just found out that all this used to be the main rooms of the house. So all this bit where the walls are used to be building as well, because the servants would go through that door there to drain the slops and also prepare food. Oh, look at the vines on that wall, isn't that amazing? And I love seeing these old ruined windows. But it's so hard to imagine that that is just such a tiny part of the house that's left. And all this bit here was once a house too. It must have been huge. He's a bit agitated because Chris is inside doing the tour at the moment. We definitely have to work on the separation anxiety when we're away. Don't we, Merlin?
We have those documents and indeed the names of the neighbours, so we can be very precise that they were here at least 10:50. Could have been earlier, we just don't know. You can shoot their legs off. Cold from both direct, yeah, kangaroo cold corners. It was just the wall they were protecting. But the farmers, after the Dukes of Leeds took it, they weren't interested in living here. They rented it out to farmers, and it was the farmers that knocked down 2/3 or even 3/4 of this place. And that's where it remains today.
Go. Well, sorry about that, my battery ran out partway around the house, probably just as well. You probably had enough of seeing Godolphin, but the inside is quite modern anyway because it's mainly a holiday home, so it's not like it's one of the best ones to look around. It was getting really quite drizzly, so we didn't hang around too long outside, and we'll come here, we'll come back back to Godolphin, because the thing is, I've been working through Melanie Chadwick's sketchbook prompts for autumn, and lake was on the list. Chris remembered this lake because the weather is so bad. We were trying to think of places where I could just look out the window and sketch. It's a bit of a cheat, I know. Yeah, it is raining today. It wasn't meant to. The forecast said it wasn't meant to. That's why we changed our schedule around, because today was meant to be nice. Anyway, so yeah, we've come here. Have to admit, it doesn't look the most inspiring. Oh, hang on, phone's ringing. That was funny. That was my dad, who was just calling to say that he'd watched one of my videos where I said that I need some gold leaf, because that's a section I haven't done yet in the art course that I'm doing. So yeah, he's got some. My granddad used to do calligraphy, and they've still kept it quite a few years. But I'm sure it'll still work. Yeah, I did say I need to practice with the imitation gold leaf before I go using the proper gold leaf. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was working my way through Melanie Chadwick's sketchbook prompts, that was it. You've seen the ones I've been doing on this trip, they're all part of that as well. So anyway, that's what I'm doing now. I've totally lost my train of thought, so sorry if I'm not making much sense. By the way, my tripod broke earlier today, so now I'm handheld on the camera and angles might not be quite so good around the van, so bear with me. So sketch is now finished. I'm quite pleased with that. I feel like I'm getting better with my sketches. I just need to get faster now because I feel like, how do you know how long we've sat here for? No, I don't actually know, but it feels like too long for that tiny little sketch there. But yeah, I think I am improving on location. I know this is a little bit of a cheat because I'm sitting in the van, but it's not much different, is it, to sitting just out there? Yeah, although the rain did stop for a little while, it started again now and it's quite chilly. It's a bit of a cheat, but I'm gonna count it. I'm gonna count it. Right, well I think we are off to Marks and Spencer's because I need a new bra. I always buy my bras at Cornwall because we passed the Marks and Spencer's. We don't have one near us at home. Well, I suppose Bath and Bristol. Do they both have a Marks and Spencer? They probably do. I come to Cornwall more often than I go there, so now's my chance. So that's what we're going to do. We'll probably just get a McDonald's today because we have treated ourselves with a couple of meals out and I didn't bother bringing anything to cook. Not very good. Just our lunches and snacks and breakfasts. Okay, well that's my little update. I've just sort of realised I forgot to sort of introduce the video this morning. We are on holiday in Cornwall in the camper van. Yeah, we've just got today and tomorrow left. But I thought I'd bring you along with us and I've split the video up into 3 parts to make the editing a little bit easier for me. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed these Cornwall videos and seeing my little sketches that I've been doing all around the place. Yeah, that's my update for now. By the way, look, I bought this book in the National Trust shop at the cafe at Godolphin, and because I'm in obviously a sketchy landscapey sort of mood at the moment, I thought this was a really good one to pick up. Lots of yeah, inspiration in there and ideas really. So quite pleased with that, £3. And apparently the money goes towards the maintenance of the garden, so that makes me happy. So we just watched the sun go down. I'm laughing because sunset was nowhere to be seen behind those thick clouds. And it's nowhere near, this looks like a beautiful blue through the screen. It's not like that at all, it's so much darker. But still, a lovely spot to sit and eat dinner. And now we're moving on to some strawberry fields, which will be nice for our sleeping spot. Well, we have one soggy doggy. He's just had his last walk of the night out in this. Oh, you're not going to be able to tell. Perhaps you can hear it. It's pouring with rain. Isn't it, Manny? You've got very wet. Actually, I'm quite surprised how dry I managed to get you with the towel. So we've actually left Cornwall now. We are just over the border into Devon, and so we just thought we'd start making our way back. Tomorrow is our journey home. Sorry about the noise in the background of Merlin eating his dinner. I'll just say goodnight quickly really, and I'll see you again in the morning. The holiday's not over yet. We've got plans for stopovers on our way home, so Hopefully the weather will be a little bit better. We can't complain too much. We did have a good first couple of days, didn't we? It was just too good at the beginning, and now it's pretty rubbish at the end, but never mind. Good morning. It's our last day of our little holiday, which is a real shame, but this is a really good nighttime spot. So I said strawberry fields thinking it was a strawberry farm. I think that's just the name of the place, which is it is the farm. Whether they do strawberries or not, I've got no idea. Bit of a surprise, woke up and found some pygmy goats and some little Shetland ponies just wandering along here, which is lovely. Yeah, there they are in the background. Oh, it's starting to rain. Oh no. And there's some goats there. I'm gonna pop back in because it's raining. And also a very nice farm shop that I've just spent far too long in. Bought some Christmas presents as well, which is good, and a couple of things for me. Well, I say a couple of things. I bought myself a tulip-shaped kitchen spoon, and I did buy myself a necklace, which I'll give to Chris to wrap up for me for Christmas. Yeah, I could have spent a long time. Well, I did spend a long time in that shop. Could have spent a lot of money in that shop. Yeah, so we're now off to Killerton, which is a National Trust property in Devon. I think we've been there before, and it's not. I've got a feeling it's not the most impressive. There is a historical costume exhibition going on at the moment, so that's nice, but I've got a feeling it might be the same one that I saw last time, but we'll see. I'm not going to complain at looking at some 18th century clothing. I just love all that sort of thing. So yeah, very happy to go there, and it gives Merlin another chance to stretch his legs, although he has had quite a nice walk. There's a field right next door, so yeah, it's a really good one, this spot. And they're also doing this pumpkin fest here, and the pumpkin stuff looks amazing. I'm going to pop in and use their loo in a sec, and I'll take you along and show you their pumpkin display. It's really cool. That is yellow. Look at that. Oh, can you imagine if you bought a house and then you pasted glue? Dodgy weather. Well, we've tried to shelter under this amazing oak tree. Look at that. It's one of the best oak trees I've ever seen. Oh, it's getting heavier. I need to put my umbrella up, just a sec. Okay, so just before we came out, just before we left the van, I changed into a fairy dress, the pink one I made for Glastonbury. Again, to take photos ready for my art, because I seem to be leaning towards doing pictures of like fairy tale scenes with a figure in it, and so as I've got fairy dresses, it kind of makes sense, you know. So I've just been prancing around this lovely oak tree while Chris has taken some photos. It's actually really good for shelter, this oak tree. And now Chris is going to wait here. He's got a ginormous umbrella, so he's going to wait here because dogs, we're at Killerton. By the way, did I say that? Yes, I think I did. We're at Killerton, and dogs aren't even allowed around in the parkland around the house. I'm really annoyed that it's very limited. It literally is the driveway and the surrounding area. If one of you wants to go to the house, I've got to leave Chris quite a way still before I can get to the house. So yeah, I've just come into the no dog zone. Look, these are not narrow pathways. And look at all this land, you know, we can easily get out of the way of anybody who doesn't like dogs. So annoying. The autumn colours are coming in. It does look pretty. really interesting. It's all about how they've all been refashioned to make more modern shapes, modern for their time shapes. There's a fallen tree up here that looks quite fairy tale, so I think I'm going to prance about here and do some photos here for pictures as well. Oh, lots of sweet chestnuts on the floor. Good conker collecting. There's some big ass trees. Look at the size of that tree. I've just seen how big that is. Wow. Well, little photo shoot done. Did get caught by a few people. I always feel really uncomfortable when people come along and say, what on earth are they doing? She thinks she's some kind of model, particularly when I haven't got my glasses on. Yeah, that's another thing. Even for Threads of a Fairy Tale, I used to take my glasses off for the photos, but I became so uncomfortable because I was blind as a bat without my glasses. Cannot get contacts in. Yeah, it's when people come along and I can't see them and I'm just sort of vaguely smiling in their direction. That's when I feel most uncomfortable. So anyway, I'm babbling on, but yeah, in the end, most of the Threads of a Fairy Tale photos have me wearing glasses. But I was painting a picture of Rain the other day with her wearing glasses, and it was quite difficult because it just doesn't work in art. You can sort of get away with it for my type, for the Threads of a Fairy Tale pictures, but I kind of feel it doesn't work in art, so that's why I had my glasses off. Anyway, I'm really rambling now. Oh, it is. See, you'd think, look, you'd think that tree was dead by looking at it, but it is absolutely loaded with chestnuts. Wow. Sorry about the wind noise. I lost my fluffy muff off the microphone. I've got a spare in the van, but it'll be too late by then. I think we're actually just going to head home now, aren't we?
I think so. It's not early, we'll be quite late by the time we get back, are we?
What time is it? I've got no idea, not a clue.
3:10.
Oh yeah, so it's sort of time to get going. End of the holiday. So I'll end the vlog here then, because there won't be anything to film apart from the journey back. I hope you've enjoyed watching our little adventure around Cornwall. We did some different things this time, didn't we? It was nice going around the lizard area. We haven't done that at all because of the weather and because of our change of schedule. Because of the weather, we ended up not going to Kynance Cove and actual Lizard Point, which were the bits I was looking forward to the most. So that's kind of a shame. But also I feel like those areas, those bits will be best done in better weather, you know, when the seas are glistening turquoise. So I think we're going to head there in spring. Yeah, anyway, hope you've enjoyed watching. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, please share with your friends, and I will see you again soon. Take care, bye. You gonna say bye?
Bye.